those keywords are so important. Even CFA, that I'll start a search with that keyword in a location. Because again, the demand is, hey, we prefer somebody with the CFA credential, Lisa. So that's where I'm going to start.
Okay.
It's so important.
And the CFA preferred, and if you're a candidate, does that weigh into the CFA, like your
Yes.
potential future CFA?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It takes people a long time.
That shows huge
to get it.
ambition
Yeah.
on the part of an individual. When they strike out to pursue that, that's a huge differentiator among talent if somebody's not in that space.
Oftentimes I'm asked by students, actually, I mentor quite a few, what should they pursue, the MBA or the CFA? And CNN has done it, and MSNBC has done it. CFA always outwins, both financially and from a prospect interview over an MBA. So if you're on the cusp, I don't know if you're pursuing higher education, it's not that it's not looked upon, but it's more economical to go the CFA route, and it's going to provide you the greater satisfaction monetarily later on as well. So just keep that in mind. And the CFA Institute, and here's a little plug for them, is a wonderful organization. They're based on ethical standards, and that is something that our industry has suffered over the years, because you have a few rotten apples and all of a sudden everybody frowns upon how people are being treated and their investment choices. CFA Institute goes above and beyond, should try to be relevant to today's environment, and so be it. They introduced a few years back in 2006 the CIPM, the Certificate Investment Performance Standards. I see a few nodding their heads, so I'm guessing you guys are familiar with it, which is wonderful. It's a great designation. It's not as rigorous as the CFA, which is a 3-year program. The CIPM is a 2-year program. If for those that have your CFA charter holders, you're in luck, because you actually can go right into the CIPM with just the second level, which is really just one exam. Don't be fooled, it is just as rigorous as the CFA Institute, but the CFA charter holder, but it's not as comprehensive as the CFA. So it's something that I encourage you. And what the CIPM did, which is in Certificate of Investment Performance Measurement, it actually brought what was known for many, many years, the back office of performance studies. And clearly I'm biased, since that's what I've been doing all my life. And now we're a profession. Before it was just, a data kind of in the back, let them crunch the numbers. And now all of a sudden it's become a professional, recognized industry, and hence the need for this certification. And so with that, for those of you that are even portfolio analysts, even if you don't think you're going to be calculating performance returns on a portfolio, it is certainly a little bit more robust than ever before, and it really embraces what today is valued as important. And I'm sorry, and I'm certainly not going to insult or offend anyone here. That is not my intent, but face it, it's always about performance. I don't care how good you are, I don't care what your personality is like, but if you don't give good performance, it's not going to get you very far for long. And the reality is performance has to be true. It has to be transparent. It has to be calculated with the most respect of what it is that the manager is trying to represent and ultimately provide as a benefit to the client.
With GIPS 2.0, there's a lot more need for people that can actually track performance, and this designation lets you show that you know how to track performance accurately.
GIPS stands for the Global Investment Performance Standards, and that's exactly what it is. They're standards that we as money managers try to abide by, and if you decide to claim compliance with GIPS standards, then you have an obligation to fulfill all of the requirements, just like you would for accounting, or just like you would for any other industry out there, whether it be in the HR position or in the education environment. So
they came up with this so that, like hedge funds, apples to apples, so everybody, if you have GIPS standards and you're reporting your performance that way, you know that's a true valuation comparative to every place else in the world calculating it to GIPS.
Absolutely. Absolutely.